So where do we start today? Got home from work in the builder's ring, and first of all, a bit more rubble outside. Builders were in last week, did lots of stuff, and I didn't show you what they'd actually finished off on, but if you look down here, you can see what they've done above what's going to be the French doors. They've actually put some stonework in there. It's not exactly a brilliant match, but it's alright. I think it'll do the job. As Ray says, it shows the history of the house, and it's all going to be very interesting. But what we've got in today are the heating engineers, and they've been working on my boilers. They're working on the outside cupboard. That's where we're going to be putting the new tank. But they have, if you look around here, they have moved the boiler. You can see now it's coming out there. Great big hole in the wall. Hope we're going to tidy that up. And when you get inside, they've done a lot of work. I'm now living in the living room. It's the only place I've got to live. And you see why I'm living in the living room. There's the work from the builders last week. The shuttering up there, which is all very nice. But you might notice there's a sink there. And there's lots of pipes and bits and pieces. And there's my two new Nest thermometers, the thermostats, down there. The fire, well, what's gone in down the fire? Well, a lot of rubble next to it. And a great big hole in the wall. So that's where they're going to be routing the pipes down, well, up into the rooms upstairs. Bit of cracks in the plasterwork, well, can't be helped when you're really knocking out things like that. Going to be a bit of exposed pipework down there, which I'm not so happy with, but I can't help it. What can you do? And if you look down there as well, they seem to be taking the pipework out down there, which is good, because I don't like that bloody piece of botched pipe down there. I think that needs to come out, so that's brilliant. Builders from last week though, Ray's guys, I don't know what they're doing about finishing off this window, but I think that's going to be done by the window people, so I'm not really worried about that. So that's all good, it's all coming together. The door that they did, I think I showed you that last week, that's all sealed up and nicely done. Bit of hose, lots of tools. Now if we go in this room, there's a lot been done today. One day, and thank goodness I did the washing up yesterday, because I've no longer got a sink. I've no longer got the old boiler in the stupid chimney rest. It's now been moved down there. As you can see, it matches up with that vent that's going outside. No sink, no cupboards, no boiler, and reveal. A great big hole in the wall so I can spy on the neighbours as they go past. Woo! Oh, that's fantastic. Right, anyway, everything seems to have got piled up that was in those cupboards. But what can you do? That needs to be ripped out, and it's been ripped out. So that work's now being done. So we've got a kettle boiler in there for a nice cup of tea. So I'll have a cup of tea once I've done these films. But let's wander around and see what's been done elsewhere. They have been busy. 3 guys working on it. Ozzy, Andrew and somebody else, and I know that the electrician's in tomorrow. But anyway, they've a little bit of Coven come out of there, not great, but really brilliant work. These guys don't have to work quick. Let's have a look. Anyway, got up the stairs, everything about the same, then suddenly, what? Somebody's been tearing away at my carpets. Oh no. So, what they've told me about upstairs is that all the pipework comes up through the house in 22mm pipes, and when it arrives at the top of the house it suddenly becomes 15mm, which is not applicable or appropriate for heating needs. So my choice is to pipe it all out with 22mm, which is no good, well, it should be very expensive. Also do my idea, which is a gasket based system, and work around that, which would be good. Should be a lot of work, but the big reveal is the next bit. Should we do it now? No, let's have a look in the bedrooms first. Lots and lots and lots of 22mm that's going to go in. The bed's being moved, can't get at the wardrobes, but hey, that's just a thing. I'll have to have a look at that. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep up here tonight. Thank goodness I turned up early from work, because they switched the water back on for me and I wouldn't have had any water today if that was the case. But anyway, look, lots of pipes and stuff. Wow, and look, they've ripped out all that gear, which I asked them to do, which is brilliant. Perhaps they'll take the tank out next and I'll have a big extra space in that cupboard to actually put into this room. But you can see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of work being done. But here's the main bit. Da-da-da-da. You might have noticed, the missing from the front room was my thermal store, because it's gone into that cupboard. This is the cupboard, which I didn't document, but I painted up yesterday in a very fetching emulsion, bodged up all the walls. It took me blinking ages, despite the fact it's only a couple of walls. But yeah, I did a reasonable job. But look at the work they've done. It's just incredible. They put that tank up, they had a tank above it, which is great. Didn't have them in early enough to do the loft entrance. That was the other builders, but they disappeared last week before they could do it. But what do you expect? I was asking a lot for them. But look at that. Look at all the work that's going in there. I'll try and back off so we can get a better view of it without falling down these holes. But look at it. It's brilliant. It's spectacular. Boy, that's going to be a feature when you make it. Whoops. Boy, that's going to be a fantastic feature when you finish with it. It looks absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's very steampunk. All those dials and bits and pieces to play with. Clean up that room a bit. Tidy up the floor a bit. Look at the... Well, you can't see the level on the floor, but it's way out askew, that floor. That was the thing I was always really worried about. But it's looking brilliant now. So when that goes in, that's going to be fab. But I've got a little job on tonight, which is all that stuff in the corner of the room needs to be moved to there, so that the electrician can get in the box tomorrow, the electric box. But that's not a great shakes. I can do that. I was planning to do some other bits and pieces, but you know, we can get on with this job. Look at all this work. It's just phenomenal. I just can't wait to see it all finished off. I just wonder what they're going to do with that hole downstairs and tidying up things like that. But they've been so brilliant so far. What they're going to do is buy me 2 new radiators up here. So there's going to be a radiator going in down there and another radiator going in down there. And they're going to act as the thermal dumps for the fire downstairs, just in case it should overheat. And that means that every other radiator, I'm not too sure whether it's upstairs and downstairs or just upstairs, but every other radiator will then be on the gasket system. So I'm going to have to think out how to do this gasket system and see if they can help me out with that. But it's marvellous. It's bleeding marvellous. It's absolutely brilliant. I just can't wait to see what it all looks like when it's finished. I'm letting them pick the radiators at the moment. Yeah, I know, but I'm sure they'll make a fantastic job. And whatever, you know, they're going to do so much work for me. If I want to change them at a later point, I can. But just get the job done. That's my thing. Get it done. Well, these are the guys who are doing it. I mean, look, I did a bit of painting and I nearly killed myself doing that. And these guys have just done all of this work. They're just phenomenal. I mean, getting this tank upstairs in the first place was just an amazing job. But look at it. It looks great. Put some great lighting in there. It's going to look bob on. But anyway, yeah. So that's that today. Lots more to do this week. It's going to be fantastic. I hope everything will work out. Right, speak to you soon.